Turkish assets weakened on the news, which showed Erdogan just below the 50% threshold needed to avoid sending the NATO member country to a second round of the presidential election, viewed as passing judgment on his autocratic rule. Erdogan's People's Alliance, comprising his Islamist-rooted AK party and its nationalist partners, also appeared set to win a majority in the new parliament, with 321 of the 600 seats, further boosting his chances in the presidential runoff. Erdogan addressed cheering supporters at the headquarters of his ruling AK party in the capital Ankara overnight, saying he was far ahead of the opposition, but that he would respect the people's decision if the presidential vote goes to a runoff.
Kesin sonuçların çıkmasıyla bu rakamın
I believe that this figure will rise much higher with the final results. We do not yet know whether the presidential election is over in the first round due to the 50% plus one vote limit of our electoral system. If the decision of our nation shows that the elections have been completed, then there is no problem. Elections for the lawmakers of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey resulted in our People's Alliance winning a majority. Kılıçdaroğlu, head of a six-party alliance, voted to prevail in the runoff and accused Erdogan's party of interfering with the counting and reporting of results. With 99% of ballot boxes counted, Erdogan led with 49.4% of votes, with Kılıçdaroğlu on 44.96%. High Election Board Chairman Ahmet Yener told reporters. Turnout was a very high 88.8%.
Erdogan.
Despite all his smear campaigns and insults, Erdogan did not get the result he expected. Nobody should get excited about a fait accompli. Elections are not won on the balcony. Election data still continue to come in. If our nation decides to have a runoff, then with our pleasure. We will definitely win this election in the second round. Everyone will see it. The third candidate, nationalist Sinan Ogan, took 5.2% of the vote, and analysts said he could play a kingmaker role in the runoff if he decides to endorse one of the other two candidates. It seems that the elections will go to the second round, and Turkish nationalists and Kemalists will be the determining factors in the runoff. Dear friends, there will be another difficult 15 days ahead of us, and during this time, if the elections are completed with the current results and go to the second round, we will do our best to make this process a good one for our nation and our country. At this time, we are not saying that we will support one party or the other. Before Sunday's election, the opposition had sensed its best chance yet of unseating Erdogan, bolstered by polls showing him trailing his main challenger, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu. But the results suggested that Erdogan and his AK party had been able to rally conservative voters despite a cost of living crisis. Of course we are sad, we are depressed about the whole situation. We expected different results. The Tayyip allegations made against the former candidate may have affected people's ideas. Hopefully, and God willing, we will win this victory in the second round. I do not think that any political party is happy with the current situation at the moment. We're in the same situation. Of course, everyone would like to see their party or presidential candidate win. We'll see when we vote again in 15 days. I am also saying people have been given time to think. The prospect of Erdogan's rule entering a third decade will upset civil rights activists campaigning for reforms to undo the damage they say he has done to Turkey's democracy. Thousands of political prisoners and activists could be released if the opposition prevails. The election has been closely watched in Europe, Washington, Moscow and across the region, where Erdogan has asserted Turkish power while strengthening ties to Russia and putting strain on Ankara's traditional alliance with the United States.